I gotta tell you something I could do. I could be running around chasing you, but I won't. Cause I got better things to do. Rather spend my precious time chasing somebody who loves me too.
Hello. So this is what happens when it's like closing time and you can come in and just sort of take over, but I can't go behind the like front desk area, and I'm not really dressed to work out, but that's okay because I worked out this morning. I follow a lot of different, I guess, trending topics, news, celebrities, whatever's going on in the health and fitness world. I understand that sometimes we are not satisfied with the way we look. And I know that there was one YouTuber recently who talked about the fact that being told that she was pre-diabetic was not what prompted her or motivated her to change her life. That it actually took her looking at herself and saying, I want to look better, that I'm more interested in the aesthetics than I am the health, which is fine. Girl, whatever works and gets you motivated, hey, that's what we're for. That's what we're about. That's what we're about. Right? Yeah. She said, yeah. So she indicated that, you know, she had gone to the doctor, she had more weight than she should have been carrying, she was pre-diabetic, and yet that was not enough for her to say, hey, I'm going to change my life. So how many times have we walked into the doctor's office and heard, hey, you need to stop smoking, hey, you need to stop drinking or doing drugs, hey, you need to whatever it is, but we don't stop doing it. And so whatever that thing is, you know, whatever works for each individual person is what people ought to be going with. But that's really not what I really wanted to talk about. What I really wanted to talk about was the woman who recently was in the news because of the consequences of having the Brazilian butt lift. And it turns out she had industrial silicone injected into her rear. And first of all, I guess my first thought was, you know, when you're constantly looking at images that make you feel like whatever is going on with your body, like your body's not perfect, we can all sort of take that in and start to feel a little like we don't measure up, right? Because everything's been photoshopped. Everything is taken, she's like shushing me. Everything is taken from like the perfect angle, the great angle, so that we always look our best. Who wants to like look like crap? But that being said, she was not feeling good with the way that her rear looked, and so she decided to have this done. And it was interesting because I went back and looked at her before pictures, and I mean, you look at the before pictures and you go, oh my gosh, you were a beautiful woman, and you looked like a woman. You had a woman's aesthetics. I mean, in terms of what you looked like. And I guess, you know, when you're getting feedback and you're seeing all these images out in the world that are coming back and imprinting on you, and you're left with this feeling that your body type, your size, whatever you look like it's not good enough. And sometimes, you know, I'm not saying we can't have goals for ourselves, because hey, I got girl goals, right? But, you know, we don't want those goals to take us down a road where we do unhealthy things and make choices that might impact us in a negative way. And so, beautiful woman, absolutely beautiful woman. And to see the pictures of what happened to her, and to know that she like literally almost lost her life. Like they did not think she was going to survive. It is, you know, it is a really sad story, number one, because I hate that she had to go through that. I hate that she went through that her family went through that. It looks like from the pictures, maybe there are small children involved. And so I'm sure that there were a lot of people who were really praying for a very long time for her. and it's great to see her, you know, move forward. And, you know, there have been other people who've talked about the problems that they've had with this. Now, personally, it's not something I'd ever consider doing because I'm just not a going under the knife kind of person unless I have to. But I think sometimes people get judged for doing that sort of thing. And I'm sure she's heard a lot of judgment. And actually, I went through, when I read the article, I went through and looked at and read some of the comments. And some of them were just horrible. They were just really not nice. Given everything that she had been through, they were just horrible. And I could not imagine that those people who said those horrible things in that video in the comment section would say that if that was their sister or their cousin or their mother or someone that they cared for. I can't imagine that they would say those things. But, you know, she is enduring, and hopefully her story will be out there in a way that it helps people understand that those are the pressures that I think women are under a little bit more than men. And when that's the kind of pressure you're under, then it's hard for you to just sort of walk away and be okay with who you are, because that's what you're seeing all day. You don't measure up in a lot of different ways. And so sometimes it's not an easy choice to go the surgery route, but sometimes people see that as an option for them, and it may very well be. It's just difficult to sort of watch, but hopefully it's a lesson that other people will hear and will take heed from, and that they will make careful choices when deciding to do some of these things that have consequences that we don't really think about. And sometimes what I'll say for me is sometimes guiding is, you know, what's the worst thing that can happen with that? What is like the absolute worst thing that can happen with that? And if that happens, will you be okay with it? If not, that's probably not the choice you want to make. I'm out. Can I get some Tootsie Rolls now? Chicken in the car.